Hey guys, so welcome back to the series. Today we are in day 64 and in Deuteronomy chapter 14. So chapter 14 is telling the Israelites what animals are clean and unclean to eat, and goes over that whole list again with this new generation of Israelites. And the list just goes over all of the animals that were previously mentioned to the last generation. And then in verse 21, it said, "Do not eat anything you find already dead," which I thought was interesting. So nothing that they found that had already passed away or just died, they weren't allowed to eat. And then the chapter also goes on to talk about tithes, and is telling the people in verse 22 to be sure to set aside 1/10 of all that your fields produce each year. And then at the very end of the chapter, it kind of goes into more detail about what that tithe was used for, not only for like glorifying God, but also in verse 28, it says, "At the end of every 3 years, bring all the tithes of that year's produce and store it in your towns, so that the Levites who have no inheritance of their own, and the foreigners, the fatherless, and the widows who live in your towns may come and eat and be satisfied, and so that the Lord your God may bless you in all of the work of your hands." So God was using all of the tithes, well, not all of the tithes, but a part of the tithe to care for those who were in need and couldn't care for themselves. So I thought that was really interesting. Thanks for listening and have a great night.